Hi y'all. Hopefully everybody's doing good today. I didn't film yesterday. I actually ordered a baby sewing machine from Amazon, and it came in, and it didn't come with a plug to plug it in, so I had to order one of those. So we still are planning on doing a mass tutorial. We just are waiting for all the stuff to come in. Hi Linda. I just took a shower and stuff, and I was on my other channel plucking my eyebrows because they needed to be done. Hi Tina, hi Danielle. Right now we do have an SVG sale going on our website. I am so tired. Hi Jackie, hi Heather. Hi Town Mama, hi Hazel. But yeah, no, so we do have an SVG sale going on. Hi Margarita. Hi Robin. Hi Annette. But yeah, no, we have a sale going on our website. If you don't know anything about it, we have SVGs on sale for 50% off right now. Awesome deal, stuff to keep you busy. We are still doing more tutorials. I don't know, right now, I'm trying to figure out what's the best thing to do as far as tutorials go. Because some stuff is harder to get a hold of right now. You know what I mean? But yeah. Hi, Cindy. I can't even remember. I was talking about this on my other channel that I can't even remember how long we've been on this quarantine thing. It has been, seems like it's so long. And I'm tired. How are y'all? How are y'all holding up through all this? Hi, Belinda. You know nothing but willing to learn. But yeah, no, anyways, ooh, let me show y'all this baby sewing machine. Yes, Holly, that's what it feels like. You need more SVGs. We all need more SVGs. I'm gonna be disappeared for just a second. I'm coming back. I gotta show y'all this thing. Look at my sewing machine. Let me fix my camera, hold on. Okay, so anyways, look at this little thing. Isn't that tiny? And it will run off of AA batteries, but I was kind of scared to run it off of AA batteries. But my mother-in-law was like, why did you buy a sewing machine that's that small? And I was like, well, one, yes, it's a sewing machine. See, there's a bobbin and thread. And it actually does, because it's got the foot and it shows how it stitches. I haven't stitched with it yet, but it's got a nice stitch pattern to it, so we'll see how that goes. It was 20 bucks. It's a Singer Stitch and Sew, I think is what it was called. But the reason why I picked this, because one, I figured me trying to do the hand sew technique on a lot of stuff is not gonna look neat. And so I wanted something that would still look nice and neat. But it's small enough that like when I'm on my table where I film at, yeah, they sell them all over the place. But I got mine from Amazon because I'm trying to follow. Oh, I didn't see Laura from the Netherlands and Melanie from South Africa. I'm glad y'all were able to join us today. But yeah, no, I bought that. So we are going to do some more sewing tutorials. Well, actually, we'll do kind of a learn with me kind of thing. Okay, this thing is driving me nuts. Yeah, Walmart has some. I mean, I know that they're all over the place, but as I said, I'm trying to follow the rules of social distancing so that way we can get out of quarantine if that ever happens. I don't know. I'm just kind of blah. I have been working out again, but not really doing anything hardcore because my mother-in-law, they have a treadmill and stuff at their house and they live across the street, so I've been walking on it. Yes, Laura, we are definitely trying to follow the rules. Now, where we live at in Nederland, I don't think there's been any confirmed cases actually in Nederland. Oh, y'all are starting lockdown? They haven't done any lockdown on us yet, but where we're at in Nederland, we're part of Jefferson County. And Nederland, I don't think has had any confirmed cases yet, but Beaumont, which is like where the town where my husband works, which is like 5 minutes from us, has had 8 confirmed cases. Wanting to get home to your thing. Oh, I can imagine. And that's part of it is, you know, things are not, and I think that the charger thing for South Carolina. So how many of y'all are on lockdown? Oh yeah, I'm still gonna do some hand stitching. Don't worry about that. So you've only had one in your county. So it's, I mean, and it's growing. Yep, California, y'all are all on lockdown. Which I think makes it worse. Like they just implemented yesterday in our area. Oh, NYC, oh yeah, y'all are all on lockdown. Dallas is locked down. One confirmed chaos in your county and neighboring county. Okay, so for us, they just told us, yeah, we haven't started shelter in place or anything like that. But yesterday they started limiting families to go into the grocery store. Like unless you had your little kids that had to go with you to the grocery store, or you were unable, like disabled. Oh, we have curfews. And the kids can't be out at all without a parent if you're under the age of 18. So, but yeah, they, Memphis, Tennessee. But yeah, they implemented where only one person per family can go into the grocery stores. But a lot of people have implemented whatchamadoodle, the lockdown. And I would almost prefer, and then this might sound a little weird, but where I'm at, I would almost prefer to do a lockdown because so many people are still out and about when they don't need to be. Like they're, one of the things, like you'll drive by the parks or Bulldog Stadium, which is where a lot of people go walk, and they're full of people. So people aren't following the social distancing stuff. Not to call anybody out, but people aren't following it. Like, and I'm not following social distancing with my kids or my husband. I mean, that just seems kind of silly. Because for the most part, if one of them caught it, I would have already had it before. Y'all have family in Georgetown? But yeah, no, we are trying to do our part, trying to... No, I'm not in Georgia, Tina. I'm in Nederland, Texas. That's where the country accent comes from. Texas is my home state. I was born in Florida. Love Florida. Will live in Florida again, but Texas is my home state. But yeah, no, we're doing what we're supposed to. And I'm trying to tell everybody else to follow what they're supposed to. But as I said, I kind of hope that they would do a lockdown here because maybe then people actually follow the rules and this will end sooner than... What part of Florida was I born in? I was born in Fort Lauderdale. And when I move back, I want to be in the Orlando area. Maybe not right in the Orlando area, but close enough to like Disney and Universal because Disney World is my favorite place on earth. And oh yeah, well, y'all know I work at home most days anyway, but having the kids at home with me, Jeremy's had to work a lot more hours, and not going up to the shop and stuff like that, or just little errands that I'm typically running. It is definitely all running together. I mean, there are some parts of this that are kind of nice, like with the boys doing homeschool and stuff like that. the time that I would have to leave and go pick them up, which is between an hour and 2 hours a day. Yes, as I said, hopefully people will actually follow the rules. So far, not much. But yeah, so we're doing our part. We're trying to follow the rules. Cloth diapers, that's a good idea. But I mean, that's part of the reason why I wanted to get into sewing. And right now I have more time to. But as I said, I didn't feel comfortable trying to use it running off batteries, so I have to wait for the thingy to come in. And if I like using it, I can always get a better one later. Your husband keeps playing tennis or golf. Well, you can be socially distanced with tennis or golf. Oh yeah, definitely monograms. Everything gets monograms. Like when we do our face masks, we're gonna decorate them. Don't even think that we're not. Well, yeah, I mean, we still have, like, all the restaurants are open. They are now allowed to do carry out liquor and carry out and delivery of liquor, which is definitely not high on my priorities list. I mean, y'all know I've joked about doing like an online video or whatever and like doing like a drinking game or something like that, but I'm just not much of a drinker. I may drink once every 6 months. It's just not my favorite thing to do. I had alcoholic parents and an addictive personality. Yes, so they haven't limited ours to just see, and I'm hoping that I'll use my sewing stuff. My mother-in-law sews. Part of the reason why I'm hoping that I'll actually be able to do it this time, where I had issues because I tried to do it a long time ago and make naughty dresses, but I can't cut a straight line to save my life. Yeah, my kids do too. Cameron thinks it's hilarious if I get a little bit of a buzz because he's so not used to it, and he's not used to his mom being goofy. Because I'm not a gig. I mean, as you can tell, I joke around a little bit, but I'm kind of a serious person. But like when Nadia was little, I tried to sew her dresses and stuff, and I bought patterns and pinned them and did all that kind of stuff. I can't cut a straight line to save my life. Period. But with having like the Cricut and stuff like that, I can cut my fabric and hopefully just be able to stitch it together. Oh, I have them. I have, and my mother-in-law has them. Rotary cutter, but I'm just not that good with it. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I wish, and that's some of the things that would be nice to be able to do as well with sewing, is I am a short person. I'm only 4'11", but then I'm a very busty person. So getting things altered is a must in my life. Like if I buy a jumpsuit, 9 times out of 10, I have to, well, and that's what we're gonna do. Like I'm going to attempt to make masks, like start and do a tutorial on it here. And then we're gonna work on giving them to the hospital and stuff like that. Yeah, see, I'm extremely busty. Always have been, always will be. Ever since puberty, it was like nothing and then full on large chest. So a lot of times, even when I'm skinny, what kind of needle? Well, you can use your regular blade. It doesn't always do it the neatest, but if you have the rotary blade for the Cricut Maker, it'll cut it. But one of the things I did figure out, if you just have a regular blade, if you use like heat bond on it, it will take and make it where, oh, I've talked about having a reduction, Christy, but I don't know if I would actually ever do it. Like I've joked with my husband for years, like I would like to get my boobs, like at least if I didn't get a reduction, get a lift, because you know what kids do to things. Also talked about tummy tucks and stuff like that because again, children. But I don't know if I could go under the knife, honestly, for something cosmetic. I am such a weenie when it comes to surgery. I don't know if I could actually do it. And thank you, Tina. You too, y'all. Be very safe. Don't go out unless you need to. I don't know if it works on the Explorer. Yeah, I've seen that Cricut has the one on 6 different, because that was the one I was thinking about using. I'm not sure if I should do that or if I should do the one that will fit anybody. And one of the things that I did is, because there was no elastic to be found, I bought a headband that had several pieces of elastic in it. And that's what I'm going to use for the ears, because I thought about using like ribbon or something like that, but then I was scared it was going to hurt my ears. Same thing with hair ties. So I was like, we'll try this and see how it goes. I mean, and that's the thing about it, is my mother-in-law sews. She quilts. Lori, who works for me. Yeah, hair ties. Well, I bought the headband. I'll show you. Y'all can walk with me. Excuse my messy office. It is like a disaster. But see, I bought the Scunsy active headband, and it is, see the elastic on it? It's like a good soft elastic, because I was scared if I used just like the regular hair tie stuff, that it would kind of pull behind your ears. Joanne Fabric has, and I do have bias tape. I bought some of the, because when I went and bought this stuff, because we had to go to the grocery store, so we went to Walmart. So I bought all this stuff, and I grabbed bias tape because I thought it was elastic, and it wasn't. But this is the fabric I bought. Look how cute that is. The bees. For busy bees. But yeah, no. Definitely trying to work out and stuff again. As I said, I've been doing my mother-in-law's treadmill. Sorry. Not trying to make y'all stare at my chest. Okay. No, I don't like that angle. But yeah, no. Just trying to get everything done. Going crazy. But we are liking homeschool. If you buy the hair ties for thick hair. Well, as I said, I liked this because well, and I know like when I had the regular Explorer, which we still have at the shops, when I cut fabric on it, I used it with heat bond. But that's part of the reason why I bought this headband. If you look, you see it's multiple pieces of elastic. So we'll see if that works, and if it doesn't, we'll use bias tape. As I said, I don't know how long it's going to take for the AC adapter to come in, because they like whenever you order from Amazon, they're like, do you need it in a rush? No. There are so many people who need things to come to them faster that I'm not going to take up the time for people to work. You know what I'm saying? You do it in your own time, because there's so much going on. But yeah. Oh. But other than that, how are y'all? Everybody doing good? So, I don't know. I'm tired. I'm extremely tired. And you can tell too, like, look at the, I always have discoloration under my eyes because I have it on above my eyes too. But you can tell when I haven't been sleeping, because look how purple that looks. Too much stress. I worry every single day that my husband has to go into work. Because for his job, since he works IT, he's got to touch everybody's computers. And he is extremely good about personal hygiene and stuff like that. But how often do you touch your face and not realize that you're touching faces? And since he works at a bank, well, actually it's not a bank, it's a credit union. Okay, I didn't know that, Mandy. One mask takes 14 inches of elastic. Well, I got plenty. Well, on the face thingy, I've got plenty. But what I was saying about my husband is, because he works at a credit union, all the tellers and things like that, so he has to go and work on their computers. Well, they've been touching money and all that kind of stuff. And it's so easy to touch your face and not realize that you did it. And because he works at a credit union, they're not allowed to wear masks, not allowed to wear gloves. So he has, other than washing his hands, he has absolutely no protection. And part of it, as I said, is it's easy, and maybe I'm the only one who thinks this, it's so easy to subconsciously touch your face. I touch my face all the time. Yeah, I can imagine, Annette. And EMT's got it even worse. So, I don't know. We're watching, we're doing, and even if, I don't know, because I know essential things to be open right now are, like, if they did decide to close down everything, like do a lockdown. I don't know. I think a bank or financial institutions are considered essential. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, they can't. Credit union possible. Is it warm here? Yeah, it's hot here. It's about 85 degrees, I think, outside today. We live in Southeast Texas. We are on the coast. It's hot and humid. And I know some people have said that the the virus doesn't spread when it's hot and humid or when it's hot. But Louisiana, which is our next door neighbor, I mean, we're closer to Louisiana than we are to Houston. They've got a ton of cases because of Mardi Gras and stuff like that. So Joanne fabric is considered essential. I'm not exactly sure how that is considered essential, because I'm pretty sure, like, if they say only essential, like, my little shop will close down, which right now we're running limited hours anyway, 10 to 2. We're still shipping things out, and we're doing carry out to the cars. So very, very social. We're definitely limiting things. And if they ordered us to close, we would definitely close, but we would still be able to ship out. Because I would go up to the shop, or Mary or whoever, we'd go up and ship things out. But I mean, there are certain things, like part of us, that is semi-essential. We were so slow for a while there, but as things have progressed and things have been closed longer, we've had a lot of signs to do, big signs. That's part of what I was doing yesterday. Because we have to make signs for, like, the school district and stuff, where they put them outside to let people know about the meal program and stuff like that. When am I on here for a normal schedule? Well, when stuff typically isn't crazy, I have new tutorials typically on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Tuesdays are always a live Q&A, and Sundays I announce the weekly WOW sale for that week. Sometimes we'll throw some other videos in there, and sometimes I might miss. But for the most part, it's pretty consistent, 3 days a week tutorials. Right now, it's a little bit different. Well, and right now, our banks are drive-through only as well. But again, so they're limiting that, but the virus does stay on surfaces, money, that type of thing. So if people are touching it and then touching their computers, and then they're not making sure after, because I mean, the only way you could prevent the possibility of not spreading stuff like that is get the money through, sanitize it, sanitize your work area, wash your hands, and then do a different transaction. Or at least that's my thinking of it, because they said, I think it can live on cardboard and stuff like that for like 24 hours. So that's a long time. So you can only imagine how long it lives on money, because it's paper. And think of how gross people are with our money and where it's been. I mean, money is already gross to touch anyway, if you actually think about it. That's part of the reason why I never use cash. I'm kind of a germaphobe about things, typically because I get sick so easily. So I try to be very, very cautious of what I do. But even then, I mean, and I notice it, especially doing these lives, I'll see myself and I'll touch my face and I'm like, ooh, I shouldn't do that, but I do. Yeah, see, on plastic 3 days. So, I mean, and it's things like that. I don't want to give anybody the wrong information, but yeah, I don't use cash unless I have to. But yeah, no, we've actually enjoyed the homeschooling thing. And one of the things we've talked about, like, we're going to see how it goes. But if we continue to like it, we might switch Cameron to homeschool. Because Caden graduates this year, or hopefully will graduate this year. Who knows? So I'm hoping, and for Cameron, part of it is I can concentrate more with him on the things that he struggles with, and which is math. Everything else he's pretty good at. But we can concentrate more on the areas that he's struggling in than, because in school, and I love our teachers. We have a great school district and things like that. But when you're dealing with 30 kids, it's very hard to spend the time with each student on the things that they're struggling with. You know what I mean? Or at least that's how I look at it. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Plus, then on top of that, if the things with YouTube and stuff like that continue to grow, I'll travel more, and having him doing homeschool, it'll be much easier for people to help pick him up, bring him places, if we don't have to worry all the time about where he's going and all that kind of stuff. But again, we're not sure. We're talking about it. I also like the idea of being able to go on vacation whenever I want to, because he can go to school. And he's so smart, but he worries so much about socialization versus doing the work. And he's already, I mean, for a kid that's, 12, almost 13 years old. I mean, y'all seen him on camera. He's not socially awkward at all. He knows how to talk to people. He knows how to handle himself and things like that. And so many kids nowadays don't, because they're all stuck doing digital things. And that's part of the thing as well, is like, I'll always help him with socialization no matter what he wants to do. I just don't know. I mean, does anybody else feel like that? Like, I've seen so many other people, like on my Facebook and stuff, talking about how much they're disliking homeschool. And probably if I were trying to do it when like all 3 of my kids were younger, I don't think I would have been able to handle it. But Caden's a senior and Cameron's going into 8th grade. It's not like they're super young. Plus, Caden would never be a child that I would put in homeschool. With his Asperger's and stuff like that, he needs the forced socialization. Even with it, his social skills are greatly lacking. And that's just part of who he is. It's not that he's a bad kid or anything like that. It's just, it is what it is. So, I feel like I went on a little bit of a rant there. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it's crazy. I still haven't been able to find paper towels. I'm literally down to 2 rolls of paper towels in my house. And I really don't like to use dish rags and stuff like that to clean counters. I'd rather use paper products. even though I know it's wasteful. But I feel like I can throw the germs away, and we have pets, and I just always worry that we're gonna get bacteria and stuff other places if we're just using dish rags. But you know, it is what it is. We'll have to deal with it for a while. I mean, people dealt with using dish rags for a long time before paper towels came around. And that's just one of those annoying things that it's not something that I really need to worry about. Yeah, felt can be cut on the Cricut Explorer too, easily. I did earrings that were felted on the Explorer too. Make sure you're using the deep cut blade, and you may have to do it a double cut, but it also kind of depends on, you don't want to go too thick with felt, because the Explorer Air doesn't have the knife blade or the rotary blade attachment, come to find out from all of you. Yeah, Amanda, as I said, use the deep cut blade, and you might have to double cut. But again, it depends on the thickness of the felt, because some felt's going to be too thick to cut on it. I mean, it needs to be on the thinner side, because it's got to be something that the blade can get through. I don't know what the thickness would be to recommend for that, but you know. Oh yeah, you can use the deep cut blade. You don't have to have a separate housing for the deep cut blade or anything like that. The only blades that have a separate housing on cutting felt, no, I have not done a tutorial on cutting felt. Because, you know, most of the time I've always stuck with doing vinyl stuff, but I am trying to branch out and do a little bit more. Not always vinyl things. But we'll see how it goes. But the, hold on, gotta block someone. Should also use a backing for felt. I didn't have an issue with it when I cut it, but again, and it probably also depends on the quality of felt too. Same thing like with certain fabrics. You know, some fabrics you cut, they don't end up with little threads all over the place, but if you're cutting a cotton and stuff like that, you can end up with lots of tiny little threads. But yeah. Anyways. Yes, I'm going to make sure it's the one that the hospital is requesting. And I'm going to talk to some of my nurse friends as well to make sure. Yeah, you can use it in your regular housing, because the blades they're the same. Okay, so let me try to explain to you the difference between a deep cut blade and a regular blade. Let's see, I've got some makeup brushes here, so this might actually make it a little bit easier. Okay. I'm looking for my angled brushes. You're trying to make a felt book for your daughter? Okay, so if you look at these two makeup brushes, you would think of this one as a standard blade and this one as a deep cut blade. And the reason why I say that is because it's the angle of the point. So the more angle it has on it, you see how that's got it. And it would be very hard to show this without something zoomed in with an actual blade, that it has a deeper angle. So that way, whenever you would send it down to cut, it will go through that thicker material versus this where it'd be a little bit more blunt. That's why a deep cut blade is recommended for like reflective and glitters and stuff like that as well. But yeah, that's the best way to say it, because typically a deep cut blade is a 60-degree angle, so it's a wider angle, and a standard blade is a 45-degree. So that way the blade makes more contact with the surface of the vinyl or whatever you're using. No, the whole blade is not longer. If you actually look at the blades, they look identical, other than the slant, the degree of the blade. And a lot of people don't realize that. I typically almost always keep a deep cut blade in my machine. But I don't cut a lot of paper and stuff like that either. You're welcome, Mandy. Anyways, but I guess I will let y'all go today. It's only 2:30. I need to go figure out what I'm cooking for dinner tonight. That's a discussion I never like to have. Last night I made homemade hamburgers. Awesome. And since I'm doing keto, if y'all wonder what I do for bread and stuff like that, I make chaffles. Cheese and egg, and you make it in a little mini waffle maker. Makes a great bun. Or sandwich bread, or whatever, however you're wanting to do it. But let me tell you, it was terrible that we had so many french fries in my house last night, and I couldn't have any. But it is what it is. So I guess that's it. We shall see y'all tomorrow. I'll do a tutorial on something for chaffles. Oh, that's easy. If you have the little mini waffle maker, it is a 1/2 cup of any type of shredded cheese and an egg. That's it. So it was good to see y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.